Hey everyone, Chris G, Hard Hat CEO, getting started again. It's a Thursday, and I have a guest who's originally from one of my favorite food, Italian. He's from Italy originally, and as you can tell from his accent, you'll be able to say, "Yeah, he's Italian." But he lives in Florida right now, and travels all over the world. I'm sure. We're going to be talking about real estate again, one of my favorite subjects, and he is got some stories to tell. I'm sure. Please help me welcome Jacopo Iasiello. See?
Thank you to invite me, Chris. I really appreciate to stay over here. The first of all, for your audience, the main goal over here is to share whatever I have inside my mind and my heart related to business plus how create internal abundance to go external with real estate like a vehicle.
I was reading in my notes here that you got your inspiration at a young age through books. Any particular books that stand out that we should share?
Yeah, I really at young age is starting to read a lot. 11 years old, I already have this passion to create. And I read different kind of book from business to other kind of special human being. My one book changed completely the direction of my life. In particular, what we like to speak about today, real estate, is the book of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read this book at 22 years old in Italy, where I already create my chain of jewelry from zero. I make this company multimillionaire success. And I started to realize how it's important to invest in real estate through this book. This book changed completely the direction of my life because for that moment, in specific moment, date, year, I remember, changed completely my direction of my life because I want to becoming investor in real estate. And after many years, with a lot of work, a lot of, up and down, like everybody, I make this dream, first of all, in Italy and after in United States.
Going now, I got my curiosity up. Is it different in Italy versus the United States?
Completely. It's two completely
Really?
world. Completely two. The base in real estate, how Chris, is the same. What this means, we have property tax, we have some kind, the rules related to capital gain is the same. We have the same concept about the traction related to some kind, the expense. But, because in Italy, first of all, the bureaucracy is really, big. Second of all, the traction through real estate is really different, but with similar aspect. It's two completely different kind of world. The main rules working everywhere is when you buy, you need to buy correct price, and when you sell, normally you will sell for high price, and when you do cash flow, you need to have make at least 10%. Now in this market is complicated, but this is the rules, and everywhere is working. But normally the United States is the most powerful country for some reason, because help people to push their dream out if the people they want to work.
So the basic concept is buy right, make your money on the buy, not the sell. So cool.
Basic, but a lot of time, and I do through my experience. I sometimes we miss this point, and happening in the investment experience in real estate. But in reality, if you stick to the number, you never lose money in real estate, because the only way when you lose money and when you give the control of your money to somebody else or to some kind of project where you don't have the control.
Hmm. You mentioned 10%. And obviously, we want to make as much money as we can. Obviously, that's the real goal. But do you find that there's a sweet spot of, say, 20% or 30% that that's what are you shooting for when you really go into looking at a potential job? What's your minimum, I guess?
Yeah, I have two kind now. The different way how I invest in real estate. I have three ways to invest in real estate. One, I believe in create money, and the only way to create money is something where you buy and you sell. Two, if you normally you have capital gain. Remember, the capital gain is the difference from when you buy, what you add, the cost and everything, and what you make. And in this part, you will pay tax. Normally, if I divide the three aspects. I have like my way, and I generate flipping. What it means, I flipping property, I flipping building, I flipping everything is possible in real estate. The majority is residential plus building, but sometimes happening to in the commercial space, and the other aspect, really important, I utilize, cash flow. What it means, I already create my portfolio of 6-figure generate cash flow. And the third one, I invest in the prospect land. What this means, a lot of investor, you know better than me, Chris, because you are a contractor. A lot of investor, they want to keep some kind of information on the side. Why? Because really lucrative money is in the way where you in advance find opportunity before other people they go over there. How I do is really easy, and I love to share with people too. If it's a secret, other investor they will be not happy to share. It's really easy, go and analyze the area where the big project they will go over there, and it's really easy because in some state like United States, Florida, you possible have access to public record. Go to the city, understand which kind of permit project they are in the area. And when you started to analyze, you have a clear map of everything where you are located. And if you see from now to 3-4 years or 2 years, some kind of big project, they already in the area, you possibly imagine if you buy some land in the same area in the next 3-5 years where your land will go. For me, happening different time, I utilize different time in my experience. Sometimes I sell the land after 3-5 years. This is my timing. Some other time I do, I try to upgrade, the land. What this means, I try to working with the city to give them more possibility to building on the lot, and normally this give me more value of the lot. Why the city will give you? Because when the project is already in place, they started to announce this project to the neighbor, and they are more favorable to help you to have this characteristic to working with your land too, because normally if they approve a project for 200 units, maybe one block where you are near you don't want to block in some way some kind approbation from their permit, and they love to have other people they build more. And what this means, they starting in reality to change the zoning. And when changing the zoning, automatically you have an increment of your value of the land, general 20%, 30%, 15%, depend of the area, depend of the interest of people.
I want to ask you a question, but before it's about taxes, but are you taxed in America as well as Italy?
Yes, I'm taxed completely in United States because I live when you live more than 6 months and 1 day in one country, you are attracted to the country where you live. And I live 8 months, in the whole year, 7-8 months over here, 3 in Italy and 1 in Dubai. And I will love to pay tax in United States because United States give me Florida, Miami, where I live, more for sure valuable possibility to see the tax.
You're talking about flipping and enhancing. Do you do a 1031 exchange?
Yeah, one of the characteristic, sometimes noisy, and for this reason, if I need to suggest to somebody, better working for sure in multifamily, and I explain why. Because when you have, and happening to me in different phase of my investor life, when, for example, you create a portfolio of different single family, duplex or fourplex, the big problem you will have is this one. the 1031 exchange, they working where you, before technically you sell your own property, you need individuate one investment where you when you sell your property, you will put this money in this other investment, because what they want you do, reinvest in real estate and regenerate economy for the
Jobs and
United
yeah.
States. And this is
Mhm.
really good. The problem is this one: when you are a separate portfolio, you have the big problem is this one: when you sell one single family, the only option you have, or you buy some single family with a big number, or you invest like a capital LP in some other limited partner or general, whatever is the case, but in this case it's limited partner, in some multifamily where the who create the deal is some other people. Now, I love in some case to invest in project to other people, but in reality, I want to have every time my part in the game, and I want to be to the general partner. For example, in some case, you see, you have experience like a contractor, somebody do the contractor part. I am more related to find opportunity or raise capital, whatever is the case. But what is the main point and what I love, when I use 1031 and I sell some small piece of my portfolio, I'll invest in some multifamily directly with my own money, or some case in other multifamily, but I won't be in the general part, and I want to be part of something, because I want to have the control of whatever is happening. And the majority of time, unfortunately, when you are LP and you don't find the correct operator, but you have outside over there a lot of people, they are serious, you possible have some kind of problem because you are not part of the team.
Gotcha. For my listeners, a 1031 exchange, real quick, and is basically taking the profits that would usually be taxed and taking all the profits, and you tax free, and it's not exact, but a reduced tax rate, highly reduced tax rate, and investing that money back into another investment that's a light kind. And I'm not an accountant, so talk to your accountant. But actually, 1031 exchange is saving money instead of giving it to the government. They're enticing you to reinvest it back into the economy through other investments.
You postpone, technically, you postpone
Yeah,
until you will
on the
die.
tax.
Until you will die, the tax. This is the reality,
Exactly. I also recommend, I've recommended before, and since we're talking about it today a little bit, read Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't read it before, reread it. It's a great book. On that note, Jacopo, you talk about single families and multifamilies. Do you invest in any part? If you follow the book, it talks about his rich dad, and they went from houses to duplexes to fourplexes and all that, and he finally gets to, like, I think even hotels. But I think he talks about the apartment complexes. Do you have any apartment complexes yourself?
Yeah. I am in the multifamily space, like JP or like LP, and I try every time to be involved in other project, because what's happening, I generate with flipping
Mm-hmm.
money,
Yep.
and what I want, part of the gain to reinvest in something where give me cash flow. But normally in the market, where now it's really difficult in this moment, because in particular in Florida, where I am, for me it's not difficult. My economy is really good, but in general, the market, because exists two kind of economy: your personal economy and the external economy. The
Mm-hmm.
external economy now starting to slow down, and the slowdown will be because people now in the single family space, they don't have the possibility to, they wait to see what's happening, because we told the different situation happening right now. And in the multifamily, I see a big opportunity now, and in the next 2-3 years, because a lot of operators, they are in trouble because they're working with a bridge loan many year, 2-3 years ago with high interest, and they don't possible repay back this amount of money. They have the possibility or to sell the the multifamily, or refinancing. But with this situation, I see a lot of people they go in trouble, and I see in the next couple of years really opportunity in the multifamily space. Not too much in the residential, I think so, because in particular where I am located, because I see stabilize now the market,
Right.
maybe some decrease for the rent. But now with this inflation and everything, I don't see really big crash like 2008, 2009. But we will see what's happening. But I believe in what the president he do right now. And two, if somebody have different opinion, I think so. When somebody is a businessman, possible create something only good for the United States. I hope so. We will see something. We will be the better economy. Two, if I am no American 100%, but I am proud and grateful to this country. I'm 100% Italian.
Gotcha. You mentioned, and I was reading that you've studied under millionaires and billionaires
Mm-hmm.
and have conversations with them and so forth. I've talked to millionaires, not as big as what you're referring to, I'm sure. What kind of how is the conversations different with those guys who are always thinking like, um, it's not like you and I talking. I'm guessing. Is it more in depth, or is it just regular guys who know what's going on?
Oh, I think so. Like human being, that we are the same. We have the same. We are really without color, without any kind of different. The only different about the thought of this kind of people, but
Mhm.
not everybody. Don't believe to money is the way where people they shiny. Sometime I met, my best friend is a billionaire. He's a really beautiful human being, and he's a creator. He's a genius. But other people I met during my process of my life, they have a lot of money, but they're egocentric, narcissistic. They think about only them. But this is not depend from how much money you have or what you have. It's based on if you are a jerk when you don't have money, when you becoming really wealthy, you influence other people with your action, because other people they see you because you have money. It's the same when you have money, you are good, nice human being, nice soul. You influence other human being with your action. In reality, with I have frequent conversation with two billionaire, and they have different thought. But I met other one, and last week I've been in Texas at the biohacking event, and I met after I already know Naveen Jain. Naveen Jain is a creator of Biome, one of the most important company in the space of health in the world. He's a
And is he headquartered out of Texas?
no, his
No,
headquarter is I don't know where it is, but
that's
I've
not the
been
same
in.
billionaire I'm thinking of. Okay.
No, he's like he is really unique human being, because
Mhm.
and I share with your audience the different thought, for example, from Simon Billionaire. He utilized a lot of question to enlighten his mind for new project. And he create something unique. This company called Biome is an integration company. A other kind of company like to bring people in the space is really unique human being with a unique story coming from India to United States. It's a really beautiful story, but it's not only a story, it's reality. And what I see with the different thing, for example, from this guy, he working only with question. Every day he asks the correct question, and the correct question is how he possible change the world and resolve problem through the business he create. And what's happening, he told me, when he's starting to think about in this way, two he started to go to one space to another space where he found some gaps, and he realized how to solve the problem. And this is what they have. The really people change the world. The billionaire, they don't think about how the majority of people they think. They don't stay in the box, but they think about outside the box, and they act, more important, outside the box. Wherever is happening, they know can like the possible arrive something good or something bad, but they have this kind of the unique characteristic. This is what is the big difference with normal normal people, the common people, day by day,
As people like myself or even my listeners, and we want to strive to a level where above where we're at. And obviously, I believe that you're well above my investing. How much more training and education do you do for your own self?
Yeah, every
Is it
day.
every
I will
day?
every day. I don't have other solution. Life is so competitive now. And if you don't training every day, constantly, like a small drip of the water, you will be outside of the game soon. Because in reality, is this one. Wherever you are located in Washington, in Missouri, in Miami, in Dubai, in Italy, whatever is the case. Now will arrive something unique, and I learn from really wealthy people because I have an editorial in Forbes Italy, where I interview billionaire and multimillionaire. And in reality, what I learned from these people, something big is arrived. And the big is this. Everybody talking about AI, whatever, and I working every day now with AI. But reality is not about the AI, the machine, but how people they will utilize the AI in different business, in different aspects. How for example, real estate now. People, and I started to try. People they started to do cold calling with AI. It's not really already perfect, but the process is working, and people they started to think about, I am old, or I have this, oh, I don't know do this, I don't know that. They will be outside. And in reality, think about it. This is the big thing I want to share with your audience. Social media, they amplify something. What is mean? Nobody is an expert in AI in this moment. They are only selling you they are the expert. The expert you possible started to do today, learning how they work in this machine, and you will becoming expert to utilize, not the big somebody create the model of AI. Utilize the AI. When you started to utilize correctly the AI, you have like different kind of result, different kind of thought. And return to your question, for me, the AI enlightened completely my life, where I utilize every day when I do gym and when I oxygen my body and my mind, where I working in some kind of project, because how when you do exercise, you have more idea, and I utilize AI to confront, to be a business partner in what I need to do during my day, during my life, and during my clear path in business of real estate.
I'm going to come back to a question later, but I want to go back to the real estate. Um, I had a guest, I don't know, about a month ago, talking about real estate syndicates.
Mhm.
Do you join any of those, or are you joint ventures? Are you
Yeah,
past that type of stuff?
I want to tell you something. I have a different experience in my life in this case.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I try to understand the human being, and I have like in the last 6, 7, 8 months, different experiences in this. I met people there in the space of multifamily. Somebody I understand after frequent couple of months, understand, go out, see behind the chain who they are. And after I arrive at one point where this is not my guy, because I understand, sometimes when we propose, I met you, Chris, I show you like I am the light, sometimes you are not the light, or I am not the light for you. And I try to pay attention to the humanity of the human being. Ask the correct question, understand, hey, you already have experience, or yes or no is not the problem, is important, because everybody in the syndication, they have some kind of rules. Somebody bring the deal, somebody bring the capital, whatever is, somebody raise capital, whatever is the case. But it's important to understand the human being and understand who they are, and normally after the project. But before the project, I love understand who they are, who is the person try to sell me something, sell me some project, and if it's not in line with my value, I don't touch,
Stay
because
away.
I already have the, different no good experience with joint venture, with business, or whatever is the case in real estate, where I understand the main point is, first of all, understand the human being, and after the business.
How many projects do you have going on at the same time usually?
Depends. Now it's low in the market. Before I do like in general 3 a month flipping, like flipping in the, and now is lowing,
Yeah.
now I am more selective. I try to do through 10 15, and I try to acquire some kind interest in multifamily or small multifamily for myself. I try to do one a year, 1 or 2 a year, depend of the year. Now is slowing down, I told you, and now I am more I continue to do this kind of the flipping, but I starting to see some changing in the market, honestly. And I don't want to push me in the way where if something happening, I need the refinancing, or I need to do some kind the action immediately. And I try to see what's happening in the market, because rent starting to slow down, sell take more long time to sell, and
Right.
when something happening like this, you don't need to stop, but you need the prevent, you need the put in the self where you don't have any kind the possible issue.
And I'm assuming with the interest rates going up, there's less people looking. That's why it's taking longer for the sale, that type of thing. So
Yeah.
going back to your daily thing, you and Tickle, I want to talk about what's a day in the life of Jacopo. And you, in I guess it's in your book, your MPBE,
Mhm.
meditate, prayer, biohacking, and exercise.
Mhm.
Um, where do you? How's that play into your daily? And then obviously, how's your investing? What's a day in the life of you look like?
It is the most important part of my life. Without money, without relationship, without the family, without anything, I will continue to do this method, because it changed my life. I do meditation transcendental. I wake up really early in the morning, because my phototype of human being, I am somebody need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, because my mind, my body, my soul, everything working connect to until 2 p.m. And all the other aspect, pray, biohacking, and exercise so important, because bring me in 1 hour and a half, when I do this method, when I have every day I do, without Sunday, Saturday, whatever. I wake up really early to do this, but bring me the energy to go after my goal. If I don't do this method, I don't have the energy, because in reality, we entrepreneur, we business people, we CEO of company, we want more. But if we ask the correct question, we understand, and what we want is really somebody tell, hey, you are good in what you do. This is reality. We want feedback, we want love in reality. And because sometimes some of you, me, people that are in business, they want some big project. To have a big project, you need to have energy. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs, they forgot about to create the energy. And I see different visual view, but in reality, the majority successful people, this is a study, it's not coming from Jacopo Iasiello, but it's coming from study. They are people, they generate with intention or without intention energy. Now, the people they generate without intention, they are people, they are obtain big success because they act in some way that they're similar to this method I assembled, or this method I don't create, meditation I don't create, pray I don't create, exercise I don't create, biohacking I don't create. But, you know, they are really this kind of people, what I see, they utilize their thought, their mind, their body in some way where they replicate all these four pillars. Now, the question I ask to your audience, to you, if you possible replicate to yourself something, you know, some kind of method where it bring you energy and you utilize every day in your life, your result will change, yes or no? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know, when you have energy, you know, you have everything. And important is generate this energy. How you generate, now, this is the method I assembled. Probably you have, you will working better in the afternoon, I don't know. Probably somebody told me, hey, but I don't have the possibility to meditate. I don't feel good. You know, now exists different kind of device where they teach you how meditate. Do this. Try to do this kind of thing and you will see the change of your life like this. Because happening to me, I arrive at 28 years, multimillionaire from Italy, from starting from zero, where I arrive at one point where I see in the back, I see in the left and the right, and this is life. That's it. No, life is more. And if you don't create something to generate energy, one day you have energy, another day you don't have, the second day you don't have. And the health is the most important. For this reason, I called the book Healthy, Rich, and Happy, because health is the first. Happiness is coming the consequence, and richness is the third one, because they are connect when you have the two one, you know.
In my mind, what is the difference between meditation and prayer?
Yes, since something a beautiful question. In reality, they are the same. You know, what it means is this one. You know, when you meditate, you repeat one mantra in your mind, and this mantra bring you automatically your mind, your body, your soul in the flow state. The flow state is the place where you want to stay to create. Okay. For this reason, a lot of entrepreneurs, I've been in the biohacking conference in Austin from the friend Dave Asprey, you know, where I spoke with some unique entrepreneur where they take some external substance, you know, legal, but, you know, to enlighten their mind and to stay in the flow. You know, the meditation is something like this. The pray, I utilize something different, not the normal pray. My grandmother in Italy, she told me, hey, close your eyes, you know, tell to God your pray, whatever. I do something different. I call pray activation. What this means is this one. I first of all create some connection with the divine, God, whatever is your religion, where I give in which way. I pray for somebody in my life. Means my mother, my father, my brother, my friend, wherever is the person, they need my help. And after I ask to divine, God, wherever is you want to call, hey, today with clear visualization, what I need to do, and please give me this opportunity. I see already, I visualize, I understand it during my day, what I need to do, plus what is my final goal. And, you know, I ask to the divine. And these two combination put your state, mind, and body in another position. Because remember, in the big book, we have everywhere with the Buddha, Muslim, God, whatever is the case. You know, it's really clear in this kind of book where they explain, first of all, give and ask. Give and ask. A lot of people, what they do the opposite. They met for the first moment and they ask without give. Who, you know, this is unnatural, because the majority of people, in particular, to return to billionaire, multimillionaire, whatever, the majority of this kind of people, they are bombarded to other human beings. They want something from them. Now, if you put your position in this,
You think?
You
Yeah.
don't wanna, nobody give you nothing. But if you give with open heart, with clear soul, you will receive, And this is what I do.
Last question before we wrap up here. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talks about offer numbers, and you give out X amount. You go look at X amount of properties, and you narrow it down. You make X amount of offers, and then you narrow it down. You end up buying one. So, how many offers do you make in a month?
I'm working. This is my percentage. I will share with you. I'm working 15% in different auction. Exist auction from foreclosure, exist a different auction for multifamily, and the other 15% arrive from selling offer to external human being, realtor, whatever. I am a broker. I have license over here in Florida like broker. I have people, they're working every day to send offer. And the other part arrive to connection. Now, why I share with you? In real estate, the most important part investor they forgot is create this. That's it, relationship. We are human beings. When you create relationship with Chris, and Chris started to work with me, and he sent me one deal, and I explained to him, hey, this deal is not working, Chris. Why? Because this, and I explained to them. Another time he sent me, I explained why it's not working. The third time he sent me, and I explained, yeah, this is working. Let me buy. This create relationship, and when you started to create this kind of connection, you becoming really powerful. Now, my income of deal arrive from different kind of source. I'm expert in the auction. I working with wholesaler people, better than me. They do this kind of job. They take under contract, they sell with small margin to you. And
Right.
from realtor and from connection of title company, lawyer, and realtor, I frequently working with them. Now the number is really variable, but think about, I have one person to give you an idea. They're working in which space. One working in sell offer, another working in the auction, another working in continue to have relationship, because this is the only way how you connect with people in real estate.
Jacopo, thank you very much. This has been
Was
great. It's the best way to get a hold of you through LinkedIn.
The best place is LinkedIn, Instagram to Jacopo Iasiello Investor Broker. And the most important part I ask to your audience, because they are people that want to improve their life, is to buy the book. Not for me, because for me, all the money I will donate to an association over here in Miami called Hermano della Calle, because this book, not because it's coming from me, but it's coming from divine. And when you receive something from wherever you want to call, you need to share with the people. This is my contribution, because life is 4 aspects: research, grow, action, and contribution. I am in the phase of contribute and create more. And this is why I create this book. And this book will change your life 100% if you read with attention, if you apply what is right inside the book, in your personal state of body and mind, plus in the real estate, because I am sensible investor pragmatic. What this means, I don't like people told me, yes, this is a theory. I want something concrete. Tell me how I need to do. In this book, you have step by step the process,
We'll put the link to the book in the bottom show notes. Also, put his LinkedIn and
You
what's the other one?
Yeah, they're
Instagram,
possible find in Amazon. Yeah, they're possible find in Amazon. Is a
Amazon. Okay,
bestseller. Yeah, or through
awesome.
my website, healthyrichandhappy.com, where they find other information and they find the possibility to connect with me. With all idea, I am open every time to collaborate, to work with deal, to understand, and to have open mind related to something.
And if you want to talk to me about how to become a CEO and get those extra incomes so you can invest in properties like Jacopo, then go to Hard Hat CEO show notes. In there to be a link and set up a free consultation with me as well. Thank you again, and you can have